voice. Are you ready for a real-time training program set in outer space? Do you dare join this team of elites? That was the question posed to me when I was asked to review Space Ops VR. There's a very heavy military theme in this game, and I'm loving, at least in the promotional material, the marketing material, very heavy boot camp, military training sort of theme. They're marketing this as, you know, not another game, but a military training program for space soldiers. I don't know. But Space Ops VR is developed by DevCube Studios and published by Fibram Limited. It is going to be releasing on May 23rd, so this is an early look. Keep in mind, this is an unreleased game. This is a press preview version of the game. Well, there's not much time left until May 23rd. There is still time for them to fix some stuff. Technically, this is not even a released game yet. Keep that in mind as we move forward. It is going to be $11.99 and on Steam. So, Space Ops VR, the devs are, in the press release information, they are claiming that this is an action-adventure shooter MMO. However, in that same press release, they also say teams of 2. So it's a little contradictory. I don't know if this is actually going to be an MMO or they're just misusing the MMO tag like so many other games out there. I wouldn't consider League of Legends an MMO, but it's on MMO sites. That's a whole other rant that I'm not going to get into, but it's got the MMO tag, doesn't read like it's going to be an MMO. The key features list, however, looks very interesting. We've got solo or team of 2 gameplay, so you can bring your friends in, or hopefully you should be able to run solo. They mentioned something about racing other players to clear your map before they do. Not really sure what that means yet, but it's on there. What I like is skill-based matchmaking. So, I mean, that's fairly standard, but I don't really feel like a lot of VR titles, especially the indie ones, are really getting that skill-based matchmaking. They're just doing, is somebody out there? So if the skill-based matchmaking works, then that would be nice. PvE modes, including skirmish, trials, sandbox, and basic training. I like that. So there's both PvE and PvP in this game. I like that there are PvE modes. I'm not necessarily certain that the PvE modes sound like they are full-blown PvE modes. We'll find out whether this is geared more for PvE or PvP. I'm not entirely certain at the moment, but I like that there is a mix of both. With that mix of both, they are promising, when I asked about how many hours of content there will be in the game, they said that there will be about 10 plus hours of online action. And I don't know if they're including multiplayer fluff hours in that, or if that's just main content. I'm going to assume that that's fluff hours, but if it actually is about 10 hours worth of content for $12.99, that's not a bad price. So futuristic weapons and tons of gadgets. I believe there are kinetic, beam, and plasma weapons. So 3 different types of weapons, along with gadgets and grenades. They're saying there's a ton of them. Hopefully there's actually a ton of them. Probably not Borderlands level a ton of them, but the more there are, the better. And then customizable characters. I don't know how much we're going to be able to get to customize our character, but I really liked that one, especially if this is going to be more towards the MMO side of things, having that representation of self and being able to customize your character to look different than, you know, maybe most of the guys next to you. Maybe not all the guys next to you, but look a little bit different. That's always a nice thing. A unique teleportation system. And their tagline is, it could either save your soul or condemn it based on your actions. I feel a little cringy on this one. Whenever you start getting away from the, 2 years in, going on 3 years in now, tried and true forms of locomotion, and you're like, we've got this unique thing, I get a little cringy. But I'm willing to give it a try, and I'm giving it a try, so you guys don't have to give it a try if it's bad. So yay. But yeah, not so sold on that one, but I like the other sound. I like that there are multiple different PvE modes. hopefully they are more than just basic training being a tutorial. Hopefully there's actually some story content or something there, and hopefully those other PvE modes are actually meaningful content and not just another wave shooter. They did say that it was you progressing towards a map or through a map, so I am assuming that this is going to be level based and not just another wave shooter. Fingers crossed. So if that does turn out to be the case, I have several keys to give away. More details on that to come later. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to get more information on that, because the majority of them are probably going to go out in a live stream rather than on this video. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get in the game and find out what is Space Ops VR. Okay, here we are in Space Ops VR. So initially we have these very large transparent hands with only just a little bit of trigger movement here. We're going to pick our dominant hand. We are standing, so seated or standing experience, which is nice. All right, so I do believe this is an Unreal game, and it looks decent. So we've got some anti-nausea like stuff on your HUD. I like that. Okay. What in the hell is this? Okay. Press and hold the button on the controller to move your hand. What? Press and hold. Okay. Place hand here. Ah, okay. So this is like an inventory system. All right. Oh, and we have targeting stuff. Press the trigger. Okay. Ammo reloads automatically in light weapons. Don't press the trigger while reloading. That went by a little bit too fast. This is a lot being thrown at you right away.
Activate secondary mode.
Okay. So we've got two different weapons.
Sight is different in secondary mode. Now let's try
secondary mode. Here we go. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Here's the left eye. But this is a nice. This is a nice aiming. I like this.
Great.
So maybe a rifle stock with this? Okay. So just grabbing the grips, and it is sticky. To place a weapon in the upper slot. God, that's going way too fast. Way too fast. So I think just put it here and let go. Okay. That's actually really easy. It's a little too out of my peripheral to see, but if I'm just reaching out there, the highlight is nice enough.
In two-handed mode.
Ah, okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, this feels good already. Oh yeah, okay, I like this. This is nice. Oh, look at that smoking barrel. Oh, what is this? What in the hell is this?
Free up your second hand.
Here we go. So it's charging, and then it's release, and it's just a fucking cone blast. Okay.
Great. Return the weapon to the lower slot.
Oh, okay. So if you, God damn it. It won't let me. Okay. Tutorial is very picky about what it wants you to do. Look down, take a grenade out of your inventory. Oh.
You can return an item to the inventory if, for example, you took it out by accident.
They need more of her voice acting for this, because it's really hard to read all of that with the amount of time that they're giving you. If you release a grenade outside of the slot, it falls and explodes, injuring you. Training grenades won't hurt you, but be careful in battle. And it won't let me do this because it doesn't want me to do that. Right, I don't know what it wants me to do now. What is it you want me to do? Okay. Oh, it wants me to grab the grenade. Throw the grenade, releasing it at the right moment. That's not that bad. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a big explosion. It won't let me grab that one. You can change the game settings. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right. Options. Oh, nice. Okay, resolution, we're going to set to epic. Texture quality, we're going to go to epic. Shadow quality, epic. We're going to we're going to crank all of these up. I should be able to handle it just fine. Epic. Okay. And we're going to apply. Let's see how how this changes. I mean, not a huge noticeable difference. A little bit of jittering. I'm at 200% super sampling right now. So we'll see if this holds. Actually. Okay, so we are, well, new shirt, new clothes, new day, new set of recording. So this is my third attempt at this video. So unfortunately, it's less of a first look and more of just a review video. I really like the first look and the ooh and the ah that I have in the very first video, but well, the very first video doesn't exist because when I set the resolution from low to epic, I already run Steam at 180% super sampling, which normally is no problem. I can run it at 200% super sampling, and in most games be fine, except for a few games that are a little bit more demanding and require it to bump it down a little bit. And it's a smoother performance at 180 than it is at 200. Regardless, I have a machine that can handle it. Anything above low here, if I throw this to epic, it crashes the encoder. Like the video encoder just dies and the video stops recording. As soon as I changed this, the video went choppy, and then black, and it stopped recording. It made OBS just die. And this isn't an issue for most people. This is just an illustration of the performance issues. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just doing a little bit of rant. So then I had it on all epic. I just lowered the resolution to low thinking that was going to handle it. I went through, I recorded, and almost all of it was a slideshow. It was good in the beginning. I didn't see this in the headset, so it's not a problem for normal people, but the mirror window, holy shit. Towards the end of the video, which makes me feel like it's a memory leak, towards the end of the video, it was like one frame every 20 seconds at some point. So there's a lot of optimization that needs to go into the visual processing. Right now at medium, so there's low, medium, high, and epic. I have to run at medium to get decent frames in the recording. And I have two 2080 Ti's overclocked at like 2070 megahertz core clock. They're EVGA Hydro Copper for the Win editions. They're really good cards. Baseline, plus they're overclocked, they're on water. I've got a 9900K that's also on water and also overclocked, 5.0. I shouldn't have any problems with this, but there are definite performance issues that really need to get locked down before this game goes to early access, maybe. I'm not sure. They've got about 3 weeks, roughly 3 weeks from the date of this recording, to knock that out. On top of that, one of the things that I found, and I really should save this for the outro, but a lot of the features aren't here. The game's a lot of fun, but so this doesn't work, like ever. This has been offline the entire time. I'm not sure. This looks like it is our loadout manager. We'll see that when we jump into a game. This, I believe, is our character customization. Oh, hey, this actually updated. Wow, okay. This didn't update the last time that I ran through. So that's cool. We've got a single win against a ghost that wasn't actually there. So this is barely functional. So that functions, which it didn't in my... So when I ran through and I came out, I looked at this and it hadn't updated. So apparently I have to log out, log back in, or close the app, come back in for it to update. So we have this, compete against other space ops, compete against other space op recruits to complete combat missions within the allotted time, play solo or in teams, gain experience in skirmishes, and get new gear for doing it, which I assume shows up there. Only the battlefield will turn a raw recruit into a fighter capable of defending the Earth's colonies. We're not going to defeat the Earth's colonies, we're going to defend them. So this is your multiplayer thing, and the only thing that we have is quick combat. So playing a team is grayed out. This doesn't appear to be available. I don't know if it's going to be there at launch. Right now, it's not there. This is a pre-release game. Release is May 23rd. I don't know how many times I said that, because I know I said it a lot in the previous two videos, but I don't remember what I have and have not said in the beginning of this video. All right, so this is your practice. This is your solo practice. And this, is exactly the same as that, only I don't think you get credit for it. So I'm not going to run through Sandbox. This is exactly the same mission, exactly the same setup. Everything is exactly the same, only you're running through it solo. So I'm going to do the ones that count towards experience. And in the previous video, I did one of each, but I don't really think that's necessary since they're exactly the same. The only thing that it highlights, I'm going to go ahead and click quick combat here. The only thing that it highlights is that the levels are somewhat procedurally generated. So there are different prefabs for each zone. You go through, I believe, like 4 different zones. And for some of those zones, they are different each time you run through. So this is something that I complained about, or I started to complain about, because population, which I always harp on. And then this popped up and cut me off mid-complaint, where no available sessions found. Do you want to play against the ghost of a random player? Well, yes, I do. I want to play. I don't want to have to wait on population. I don't want to sit in a queue not being able to do anything. Here, I actually still get to compete. So I really like this feature. And there's a lot of things that I really like about the game. There are just some things that need to be polished, some promised features that need to be added, and definite performance optimizations need to happen. So here, I don't know what this means. I think it's just a loading screen, but Spaceport appears to be the only option here at the moment. The site of a spaceport, the battle will take place in tight spaces full of various equipment, where you will face off against dangerous alien enemies and the station's own defenses. That right there, that is borderline bad juju. And I've said that line 3 times, and it sounds... Anyways. You're not moving the player's head, you're moving the world to the player's head, but it's borderline feels like my head is forcibly being moved. So it's almost not, it's very, very borderline. It's very, maybe you shouldn't do that as far as comfort goes. So this is your starting room. I think that's locked off and you can't go that way. This is your ready up, your loadout. And we found a weapon, but I don't know if... Okay, so I found a weapon yesterday, but I don't have access to it. So we can't really change anything here because we've got the heavy weapon. These are my grenades. They don't really tell you what they do, but one is a decoy on this nipple is a decoy, and this nipple is a grenade. I mean, they're right there, so we'll just roll with that. And there's no way of seeing what they do. So that would be nice, being able to see what they do here. And then your light weapons. We've only got this loadout right now. I did find... Oh, I need to ready up. So, really quick before I mention what I did find. I would really like to be able to see the ghost of the other player over here. But that might be too much data to run through. So what I did find... I did find another weapon, but apparently it did not stick with me. Right. Oh, we're loading. Oh, did we crash? Holy shit, we crashed. Damn it. Stability. Stability. It needs more of it. We'll be right back. Oh, so, okay, so I didn't intend to cut in this early, but I just skipped that by pulling both of the triggers. I don't know what that sound is, but it's nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and ready up here. We've already got everything. And now we are back where we just were, so let's grab this. And we're running through our little barrier here, so our time is up. Oh, so... You can see that the level has changed a little bit, not a whole lot, but just enough to keep it interesting. The quadcoms here are the quadcons are in different positions, giving us a little bit of a different experience. So mild procedural generation. It feels more like they are prefabs where they are in a specific position. And you could get like one of X maps instead of completely random. Let's go. Okay, so here we are again for the third time, and one of the things I learned last time was that you can hold both triggers to skip this, which is good. Why did I show both of those crashes? I could have edited them out and made this a better video, but this last crash has really it really messed up something. I'm not entirely sure what it messed up, but it messed up something really bad. After I recovered from that crash, all VR titles then stopped functioning. I loaded up Orbis and not stopped functioning, but it was super choppy, both in headset and out of headset. So I loaded back into this after the game crashed and saw that I was experiencing that frame rate, that just absolute god-awful frame rate in headset as well as out of headset, which wasn't the case previously. It was just an in-headset thing. And so doing a little digging, I figured out all games were doing it. So it had royally messed up something. And previously, where it had destroyed the encoder, I assumed, okay, well, let me just start troubleshooting and figuring stuff out. And I'm not entirely certain what it was, but my overclock settings were destroyed. I had to reinstall EVGA Precision X1. I had to re-overclock my cards. I had to reset up a lot of stuff. This game is horribly optimized, and it is in a destructive. It's got a destructive quality to it. I love this ship, though. I gotta comment on this ship while we're standing next to it. This feels like a ship out of Elite Dangerous, like an Asp or something. And I wanna be able to walk around ships like this in Elite Dangerous because this is so fucking cool. But anyways, performance on this is garbage. I am now back at 100% super sampling, and everything is on low. So if the graphics look worse now, well, it's because I had to drop everything down to basically nothing to get this recording out. And I want to at least get one full run through before I call it quits on this. And I haven't really talked about any of the gameplay as I'm playing it, because the performance issues have been so rampant. So yeah, I really like the reload mechanic. So you can see that it's just automatically reloading. There's a stun. Other enemies will do that too. There's also a flashbang that will flash white in your face. And this is also one of the rooms that will change, so the objective will change as well. It's not always the pressure plates. Sometimes it's these guys, but this room has also been a room with pressure plates that you have to go step on. Like I was saying in one of the other times I recorded this, I don't even remember which is which now. There are basically prefabs for these zones where it could have this map, it could have another map. The individual maps seem to be the same, but yep, there's another stun. Maybe some minor differences, but it's not like it's a full RNG system. I'm dying. It's not a full RNG system. He's one of the things that does the flash bomb. It's nice that there's some variety. I'm not always going to get the same maps over and over and over again. We'll let him flashbang me. It's nice to not always get the same maps over and over and over again, but it would be nice if there were different missions, different levels, different. No, it didn't want to flashbang me. Oh well. When you kill the source, he dies too. I am so low on health. This, despite its green nature, is not health. It is a decoy. You can see that they are now focused on that, and I'm free to take them out. The reason why I'm using my secondary attack for these guys is if we switch back over to the primary and we hit him, you can see that he's got a shield. Now, I don't know if I'm just not noticing the the cues, or the visual cues that indicate what they're weak to, but it would be nice if they showed us, you know, kind of, you know, a la Borderlands, yellow health bar is armored and weak to corrosive. They have kinetic, plasma, and energy, and like these guys are strong against whatever this is, plasma or energy, and then they are weak to kinetic. So you get that shield that pops up. Well, if I didn't kill it, the shield that pops up telling you, hey, he's resistant to that. And then, and I think the color of the shield changes with what the energy type is. So mechanically, the game, I really like the mechanics of the game, which is so frustrating when it's so poorly optimized and just bad in general in relation to how it handles certain things. Those certain things being, you know, optimization. So really just optimization. Optimization is going to kill this game right now. It is a pre-release game, so this is not you know, this is not open to the public. This is alpha beta level, but there's only roughly 3 weeks until their planned release date. Unless they push this back, I don't feel like this is going to be ready for prime time. We have bugs, and then we have turrets. Give me Final Fantasy XI Final Sting flashbacks. So I really like the AR scope. I'm not usually a fan of the fake AR stuff, but I really like the way that this functions. Usually I just think it's kind of fake and gimmicky, but I really like how this one works. So one of the things that I wanted to mention on reloading is I like to tactical reload. I don't just fire and then, you know, I don't... Oh shit, I'm out! And then reload. Normally I, like when I'm playing a Borderlands or a Battlefield or Call of Duty or any sort of FPS game, I will get a kill and then reload. And if you see, you don't have to be empty for this to start reloading. You get to choose when you want to reload. Now, on the other hand, if you are in the middle of a firefight and you empty your magazine, it will automatically start reloading. But if you're spamming pulling the trigger, you're not going to. You're just going to prolong that reload wait. So it's a nice mechanic. I like how it's set up. I just wish the damn game was more performant. I mean, I can feel the jaggies right now. Going from 180% super sampling and all settings on ultra to this is very, very noticeable. Aim down the left eye for you guys. Hey, back it up. Oh shit. And now I'm out of ammo and now I have to wait. So the dash runaway is very handy, and I can't go that way because invisible wall. Gotta focus fast. just jump up here. So that little that dash almost feels reminiscent of Sirento. Like, not overly. Yeah, I wouldn't compare this to Sirento at all. But it just sort of gives that little flavor. It feels similar, if that makes sense. Without being anything that I would actually compare to Sirento, it just kind of, that same sort of jump mechanic. Alright, so this was just a kill all the things room, and then we come step on the pad. And you cannot step on the pads and then just bypass all of the enemies. You do actually have to clear the enemies. Alright, so this level, this map has never changed, not once. One thing that has changed is the weapon that you can find here. That's changed. This is just a jumping timing puzzle in your FPS. So jumping across, jumping across, jumping across, not getting eaten by the things, and no, you're not safe here. You've got brain bugs that are floating towards you and going to blow up in your face. And yes, you can one-hand this, and it's almost better than two-handing it, to be perfectly honest. Alright, so now, this is where it gets a little tricky. We've got to get to that one, but those ones over there aren't close enough, so it's trying to trick you. You've got to go backwards, and then go to that one to go forwards. Alright, one more this way, one more this way. Alright, and as you can see, actually it doesn't look like it's over there. What is that bullshit? There is supposed to be a weapon here. So when I have played, there has been, in the other times that I've played, there has been your heavy machine gun here. Oh yeah, hey, there's your ammo. So you have, the heavies take ammo. And so this is where you can either refill up on ammo for this guy. Oh, shit. I didn't realize there were more of them. You either refill on ammo for this guy, or there was some sort of energy weapon that shot some big, ridiculous fucking energy balls on its charge attack. It was really cool, and unfortunately, it's part of the bad footage, the really, really bad, like 20-second lag footage. So hop across those really quick and not die. So this is interesting. We can't go through this. And we can't teleport straight down to that. So we're going to have to wait for these to go, and then fall, and dash. And there's no other way to get through this other than to time that just right. So that was a nice touch, I thought. This room is a pain in the ass. Actually, this room we're going to bust out. We're going to bust out the heavy for this room. So I didn't get this room at first. This room Alright, so this room has these levers here that you need to pull down, and it's sort of a timed thing. It's, you really put your elbow into it. Alright. Okay, these things keep coming forever until you, oh shit, I fucked up. So death doesn't send you back to the beginning or anything, it just sends you back here, and you continue right where you left off. That over here. They keep spawning forever until you get both of these levers down. You got your times on there? How long you've taken? Damn it, I thought I was out of his range. Oh, and now we have these guys. Do-do-do. Okay, now we need to reload. Take cover and reload. Goodbye. The dash is a little, maybe too strong. Now, I imagine this would be better if you had 2 players. One of you would likely be safe. I don't know if you get more enemies or less enemies or what. Or, well, I guess not less enemies. Sorry, trying not to die is takes up too much brain power. It's hard to speak. So if you are playing in a front-facing only setup, you can see that the teleport does have a way that you can, you know, you have the turning, but then you've also got the teleport, and it will turn to whichever direction, and you'll end up facing that direction. All right, I am hurt as hell, and guess what's up next? My favorite part. And I'm not actually being facetious with that. This is my favorite part. So what happens when you come through all of this stuff and you find this great big wide open space and then hey, there's just a button to press. Doesn't look like there's anywhere else I can go. Must be a boss fight. So I'm gonna play this like I've never played it before and I don't know what to do. Okay? Here we go. Oh shit, he's big and ugly. Let me shoot him. And it's weird again that he doesn't have the damage numbers. And they're resistant to that. Back here. I need to get ammo back. Oh, that's nasty. And what the hell is killing me? Okay, now let's play like we know what we're doing. So I love that there are actually mechanics to the boss fight. So if you'll notice, there are these little platforms right here. And when he spews that, you have to rush to these platforms. Otherwise, you take damage from the acid rain. And that acid rain is nasty and will kill you very quickly. I don't know, and nope, we've just overheated. He like spits on you, he summons the creatures, and then he also does that acid rain. So he's got a 3-move set, and if you don't know what you're doing, he's kind of a nasty boss, especially with that acid. But if you know what he's doing, he's just an endurance fight. Can you kill him without screwing up? And since I saved the majority of these rounds for him, that's got 181 more rounds. It's not that bad. He's not really using the acid attack as I say as he uses it. I don't know what that is. So these, whoops. Oh, yeah. These are grenades. And speaking of grenades, these are your grenades, but you can't grab it with your right hand. So right now, I'm running away. I can't move with my right hand. I wouldn't want to be moving with my right hand, but I can't grab these with my left hand. Or my right hand. I have to stop, grab them with my left hand, throw out a decoy, and then hope that they go for that. So it's just all around frustrating. Oh shit. Acid rain. You see I'll start taking damage. I'll start taking a lot of damage. It only takes like 2 or 3 ticks of that acid to really wreck your day. These are grenades, and they go boom pretty good. Shit. I can't. Can't take any more of that acid rain. Oh, I have no ammo in this. Goodbye, sir. And goodbye. And that's the boss. So you come through, you fight this. Each time you die, his health doesn't reset. He doesn't start over. You pick back up right where you left off, and yeah, that's the end. Your stats don't update, I guess, until you start over again, like I said earlier. Whew, you guys don't know how much it took to get this video recorded. It took a lot. This was rough. Top 10 dev cube tested. So we got 581. Apparently we are not as good as dev cube tested, but as I said many times, this is a pre-release game. This is not early access. This is not closed beta. This is press key pre-release stuff. I would expect it to be in better working condition than this. When it works, it is really, really fun. When it works, and that's the problem. Let's go ahead and pop out to the outro, where I've got a whole slew of thoughts for this game. I'm glad that we at least got one full playthrough on camera. Hopefully when I go look at the footage, it's not a slideshow again, because that would be horrible and I would scrap this whole video. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, there's a quit button too. Hey. Okay, so here we are. Instead of having the typical game screen behind you, I'm going to show you the recorded footage that I had from that second boss fight, where I found the really cool shiny weapon. I really just want to show that off. But also the performance issues that I faced when recording this, because really all I've been able to do is tell you about it. And since I'm not releasing that footage, you can just see how bad of a slideshow it came out when recording. I have a really, really beastly PC. Two 2080 Ti EVGA for the Win editions, overclocked even higher to 2050 something, 2075 something. I don't know. They're overclocked past what the base clock is on just the for the Win edition. Water cooled, a 9900K. That is also water cooled and overclocked. It should not be, nothing should be behaving like this. This is at 180% super sampling with the settings on, I believe these settings were on high, and so not even ultra settings. There's no excuse for performance like this. In headset, it was fine. Out here on the mirror window, it was just garbage. This is what the mirror window looked like. So when I took the headset off and looked and moved the headset around, this is how choppy it was in displaying that. It was just bad. Really, really, really bad. And that's what's going to kill this game. Before I noticed these performance issues, when I was still playing in headset, I loved the game. I had a blast with the game. The mechanics are just plain fun. There's definitely some things that need to be addressed. The being able to grab the grenades with my right hand, because as I'm running with my left hand, I want to be able to grab a grenade and throw it back where I came from. My right hand is my attack hand. My right hand is my dominant hand. It should be my grenade hand as well. So those should be able to grab grenades just like they can grab weapons. The environments are a little bland. this isn't going to win any awards for graphics. Even with the 180% super sampling and everything on Ultra, the graphics were not super great. You can tell that this is not a high-end AAA studio, which that's fine. The graphics don't make the game, but it is a point to note that the graphics aren't superb. They are a little dry, a little bland. They need a little bit more flavor, a little spice to them, maybe a little less boxy in how the rooms are set up, maybe more natural barriers and natural progressions through caves or whatnot. We were in a spaceport, so it makes more sense for the rooms to be a little bit blocky, but maybe a little bit more logical. If we were in a spaceport, maybe more rooms like that hangar room, something that actually feels like it would be on a ship, not that it's just some artificial, here's an 8x8 room that, let's put some random stuff in here. So environments definitely could use some work. I did like the variety in monster types. I did like the damage type variation. It would be nice if there were more cues. Maybe, like I said, I just didn't pick up on what those cues were, but more cues like what you see in a Borderlands game when somebody is resistant to shields are resistant to all other damage type, and that's just a thing that when you see a shield on an enemy, when you see that blue bar, I need to switch over to electric. When you see somebody who's obviously armored, when you see a vehicle, you definitely know to use corrosive. So those visual cues, I think, would help improve that damage resistance system, and I really just loved the damage resistance. It kept your mind engaged and knowing, okay, this thing I need to switch over to kinetic, this thing I need to switch over to energy, this thing I need to whatever. Knowing that just sort of, I don't want to say reduce the monotony, but it's less of just a point and click, shoot this thing until it's dead adventure. Really liked the reload mechanics. I really liked a lot of the gameplay elements themselves. I liked, take away all of the performance gameplay elements I enjoyed, and like I said, until the performance issues hit, this was going to be a thumbs up. This is a pre-release version, so I'm less harsh on pre-release versions than I am on fully released or early access versions, but there's only 3 weeks left to get this ironed out. I really, at this point, really hope that they push this game back, because not only are there these performance issues, but we also didn't get all of the game modes and the promised features, which I mentioned earlier as well. I wasn't able to customize a character. The whole loadout machine that was in the starting area just didn't function. It was offline. I didn't unlock anything from playing through. I didn't see any system for unlocking it. If you can see behind me, I did actually find a weapon, and I didn't unlock it. I don't have access to it. So a lot of the things that were promised on the Steam page and in the press release aren't in. And that's going to be an issue. There's, again, only 3 weeks until the May 23rd release date. So I don't know what they're going to do. They've got a lot of stuff to do and not a whole lot of time to do it in. I wish them luck. And hopefully when this releases, I can come back and say, hey, good job, guys. This looks freaking amazing. You guys nailed it. But I'm very skeptical. In closing, they gave me a buttload of keys to do a giveaway for. And the state that the game is in now, I'm not so sure I want to do that. My plan was to stream some gameplay footage, play with maybe somebody from Discord, hand out a key so that they can we can go do some 2-player stuff in here. But teams aren't enabled, so maybe matchmaking will work. But team play is one of those things that isn't working in the game right now, so I can't even do that. I could still stream it, but my idea was run a giveaway every 10 minutes, do a giveaway for a key, because I've got like 10 more keys to give away. You let me know if you want to see something like that in the comments down below. It's going to get very repetitive very fast because this is the only thing that we can do right now. Maybe I'll hold on to those keys and do a release closer, or a stream closer to release. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Make sure, if that's something you want to see, like this video. Make sure you're subscribed so you see when I go live with that, if I end up doing that. But that's going to do it for this video. I will see you guys later.